Good evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Isabel Wong.
And I'm Raymond Yeung. Here are tonight's top stories. Public transport fare subsidy scheme finally rolls out next year.
New CEO named for Hospital Authority. And
Indonesian divers believed to have found a black box for crashed Lion Air jet.
A long-awaited public transport subsidy will finally be introduced next year.
No application is required, but commuters must spend at least $400 a month to be eligible. Yeung reports.
Starting from next year, commuters could be able to save a few bucks or more from the government's transport subsidy scheme. Anyone who spends more than $400 on public transport a month will be eligible for the scheme. The subsidy covers 25% of the fares after $400 and is capped at $300 per month. All major modes of public transport will be covered, but the same autobus card must be used on all journeys. Commuters can collect their subsidies by tapping their autobus cards on any of these machines, which will be placed at MTR stations, light rail customer service centers, convenience stores, and supermarkets. If that's too much of a hassle, you can even collect a rebate from a dedicated mobile app. Critics have feared parallel good traders who manually carry goods in bulk for sale on the mainland will unduly benefit from the scheme, since they utilize public transport to cross the border. Commissioner of Transport Mabel Chan said they did not wish to impose too many restrictions for simplicity's sake.
The whole rationale of the scheme is to benefit our members of the community to travel on local public transport services and in order to get the subsidy from government. So our intention and the scope of the scheme will not cover those cross-boundary public transport services. As to the MTR service, which cover from various stations along the various lines to Law Wu, they are covered.
The subsidy will be implemented in January. Commuters can only claim the rebate on the 16th of each following month. Yeung, HKIBC.
If you're betting on a pay rise next year, keep your hopes in check, as a survey showed most bosses had yet to decide how to adjust the pay for 2019.
While researchers suggest the global economic uncertainties, such as the ongoing Sino-US trade war, have dampened the outlook for businesses. Here's Yeung.
Employees received slightly lower pay rises this year, according to a recurrent pay trend survey. The Hong Kong Institute of Human Resource Management interviewed 72 companies between August and September. Survey results showed employees on average received a 3.2% pay rise this year, down 0.1 percentage point from last year. Financial services workers enjoyed the highest pay hikes, with an average pay rise of 5.3%. The public utilities field came in second, while the trading industry snagged third place. The majority of the 72 companies polled indicated a pay rise this year. Still, more than 5% of the firms said they froze salaries. The situation could get worse next year, as most companies adopted a wait-and-see attitude for the market before making their move. Almost 60% of the companies said they had not worked out the projected pay adjustment for 2019. Another 22% expected employees to get a higher pay hike next year, against 1.6% which indicated otherwise. The remaining 14.5% predicted similar adjustments compared to this year. Releasing the survey today, the Institute's Vice President Lawrence Hung said uncertainties on the global economy had raised concern for employers.
I'm sure that the midterm elections, the trade war between U.S. and China, and also the interest rate and also the property market, could certainly cast some doubt, or maybe they really have to think through in order to make realistic or more cautious decisions on the pay adjustment.
On the upside, Hong said employers generally remained cautiously optimistic about the city's employment market and the prospects of a pay rise next year. Yeung, HKIBC.
Geriatrician Tony Ko will take over as Hospital Authority CEO in August next year, succeeding Leung Pak-yin. The authority, which manages all public hospitals in Hong Kong, made the announcement today. Chairman John Leung said the appointment was made after a global search and a thorough deliberation by the selection board. Ko's 3-year term starts on August 1st, replacing Leung Pak-yin, who is retiring after 9 years in office. Ko, 53, joined the authority's head office in 2008 and has taken various roles. He said he would not take the challenges lightly.
The aging population is definitely causing a significant continuous increase in the service demand in the hospital authority. In the past years, the hospital authority has been working very closely internally as a team to face all the challenges that we need to deal with. Some examples will include the increase in service demand, how we can maintain the high quality services, the retention of our staff, the manpower issues. All this will continue to be some of the issues and challenges we will continue to face. We are working hard on it now as a team as a whole, and I'm sure we will continue to work on this.
Business and political giants have paid their last tribute to former Sun Hung Kai chairman Walter Kwok at his funeral today. Yeung reports.
Family and friends of Walter Kwok attended his funeral service at St. John's Cathedral in Central this morning. One of his brothers, Raymond, arrived at the church at about 10 a.m. But their other sibling, Thomas, currently serving time for corruption, could not attend. Instead, Thomas Kwok's children, Adam and Noel, filled in for their father. The church was decorated with white flowers.